Hello my kings, queens, and fellow non-binary readers, and welcome back to Nerdy Nakama. Today we're gonna get started with the 5th part of Quit Volleyball Challenge, which I'm really excited about. Today's ship is called SakuAtsuAranKita, and as you might have noticed, I changed the participant from what I first initially intended to. Atsumu was my first choice, however, to add a little bit more angst to the fire, I changed it, and you'll see why, which also means it got a little bit longer. I hope you enjoy. Let's go! Sakusa sighed. He was so tempted to simply ignore the challenge Hinata presented, even if he had the slight inkling that he shouldn't have dug sooner into it if he wanted this to fly under the radar. Though something told him the information would have reached the middle blocker regardless. Aww, we so grumpy, yummy. Atsumu slung his arm around his boyfriend's, grinning up at him, which the ace only answered with a scowl. It made the blonde laugh, and he loosened his grip. I mean, I get it. The game today was so frustrating. Halfway through, I just wanted to spike the ball myself, preferably into that face of that smug idiot calling himself Seto. Sakusa couldn't help the amused huff passing under his breath. It brought a triumphant glint to Atsumu's eyes, and his smile softened a little. He continued to ramble on about the game, the upcoming season, and the most recent developments in training. The Raven listened quietly, as he often would. It took him months of dating to admit it, but he liked listening to Atsumu's ramblings. It only struck him by the time they almost reached home. All he talked about was volleyball. That wasn't new. In fact, he almost always spoke just about volleyball on their way to and from practice, even at home. He usually didn't mind. He usually didn't even notice. But now it made him wonder. He didn't mind because he loved volleyball equally as much, was just as involved as the setter, especially since they were on the same team, but what if he wasn't? If he had never pursued volleyball, they wouldn't have met again. He would have never experienced the warmth Atsumu offered him, the security he found in Eren, the understanding Kita extended to him. Of course, that wouldn't change. He couldn't time travel, and he never would if he could. Yet, with Atsumu's love for the sport being so profound, and 2 of his boyfriends being pro-volleyball players, would he think differently of him if he actually quit? His gaze fixed on the amber eyes he loved so much, glowing with passion as he spoke about it. He doesn't doubt the setter's love for him, not anymore, but he wonders. It wouldn't be the first time a small change in a relationship would lead to a build-up of resentment. Kiyomi? He snapped out of it. A hint of concern had etched itself into Atsumu's expression as he regarded him now. I'm sorry. What did you say? Depends. When did you start listening? His tone was teasing, but the worried edge hadn't left his voice. Sakusa bit his tongue not to let it show how much it displeased him, with little success. Atsumu nudged him in the side just as they turned onto their street. I'm not mad. Today was exhausting after all. What if I quit volleyball? Atsumu's steps faltered, making Sakusa almost run into him when he suddenly stopped. He sidestepped, surpassing him. When he turned around, Atsumu looked at him incredulously, not exactly shocked, but as if he didn't understand what he said. You're not gonna quit because of some stupid practice match. And we even won. Our opponents were just annoying. A shaky smile spread on the setter's lips, as if Sakusa had said something funny or ironic. It was clear he assumed the ace was kidding, but even so, Sakusa wasn't sure what to make of the slight wobble of his bottom lip, the fraction his eyes remained widened, and how his fingers were shaking slightly as he combed them through his hair in a soothing gesture. I'm not joking. Good, because it would be a terrible joke. The setter brushed it off again with a shaky laugh and moved past him, accelerating his steps. Atsumu, I mean it. Whatever you want to say, don't. It's not funny anymore. Annoyance prickled under his skin. He hated being interrupted. But more than that, the more that Atsumu avoided the question, the more his anxiety grew that if it ever came to that, it would be a huge issue between them. He never thought Atsumu was dating him for his abilities on the court. After all, Kita didn't even play volleyball anymore, and why date him for that anyway? Then again, he knew and had a crush on Kita forever. The same couldn't be said for him. But now... I'm not joking. Why are you He stopped himself as he caught the sudden mist laying itself over Atsumu's eyes. The blonde opened his mouth to say something, but closed it shut again and turned around. He rushed home despite Sakusa calling out to him. He was too perplexed to react immediately. By the time he had caught up with the blonde, he was already storming inside. Atsumu, wait! He was stumbling as he tried to get off his shoes quickly, while his satyr was already far out of reach. No. What's going on? Where are you going? Aaron appeared around the corner, looking like he only just arrived as well. There was a towel around his shoulders and he looked exhausted, but alert shone in his eyes as he met Sakusa's. Upstairs! You deal with him! Atsumu sounded angry, though there was a strange thickness to his voice, making Sakusa's throat tighten. Tsumu! He tried again, but without success. He stopped by the stairs, looking up at where the set had disappeared. Kiyomi? What happened? Kita appeared beside Aaron, looking equally as concerned. Sakusa gritted his teeth. He had no idea. Sure, he knew what was said, and where they had been while saying it, but even with the spark of anxiety surrounding the topic, he didn't expect him to get mad. None of the others got mad, and if they did, it was because of the challenge itself, not the content. He felt a gentle hand resting on his shoulder, clever eyes reading the confusion in his. Explain it, step by step. Kita's voice was soft but firm, demanding answers gently. Sakusa pressed his lips together, unsure where to start. We were walking home, and he was going on about a practice match. I asked him what if I wanted to quit volleyball, but he didn't take me seriously. And then he got mad. You want to quit volleyball? A frown settled on Aaron's face, and he looked equally as incredulous as Atsumu did at first, yet it was lacking the same hurt that had grown in the setter's eyes. Sakusa remained silent for a moment. He felt Kita's hand slip from his shoulder until his fingers grasped his. He tugged him gently into his direction, asking for his attention rather than demanding it. No, I don't want to quit, but I wanted to know what if. Aaron seemed to visibly relax, which didn't exactly lift his mood. So, why ask? He looked at him skeptically, and Sakusa couldn't help but feel miserable about it. He loves volleyball. More than anyone I know, save for the two volleyball freaks perhaps. I like it too, but I almost didn't make it this far given my parents' disapproval. If I hadn't, we would have never ended up together. Kita grasped his hand more tightly. His eyes reflected compassion as the confusion lifted, yet not entirely. Why do you worry about what could have been? You have us now, and you're not going to lose us. The way he said it made it sound like it was a law of the universe, as if it had been woven into the fabric of reality upon creation. It left no room for the doubt that Kiyomi still occasionally harbored in the depths of his heart. He took a deep breath. What if one day I do want to quit, or have to? His reaction isn't exactly giving me hope. What if he resents me for it? Aaron stepped closer. You know why he reacts this way, don't you? Sakusa looked up, a frown coating his expression. He felt a bit better when Kita looked to be as confused as he was. Aaron, on the other hand, sighed in loving exasperation. Atsumu loves volleyball, but he doesn't love you because of volleyball. Which is not to say mutual interests as such aren't important, especially in the beginning. But it is because he loves you for more than that. It only made him more confused, but again, fortunately, Kita didn't appear to understand either. Sometimes I wonder how you two function in daily life. He wants to share what he loves most with you. You two playing together means so much to him because of how much he loves you, not simply because of how good you are as a spiker. The connections he makes on the court are special to him, and he had to let one of them go before. Osamu. Understanding lit up in Kita's eyes, and the moment the name fell from his lips, Sakusa understood too. He still loves Osamu, but playing their last game together, knowing it would likely be their last, it broke him a bit. He is scared you'll leave him alone on the court, and probably also that something is wrong considering that you love the sport just as much. A tinge of guilt gnawed at his heart as Aaron finished his explanation, but it didn't resolve the newly blossomed worry right beside it. So what if at some point I don't want to play anymore, or can't? It was Kita who spoke up first this time, a tender smile coining his face. Atsumu would never hold it against you if you couldn't play anymore for whatever reason. He'd likely grieve the loss alongside you. As to what would happen if you simply wanted to quit, I can't say for sure. If you are truly worried about it, you should talk to him. I tried. Try while addressing his worries or assuring him that you don't actually want to quit. He sighs as he sees the expectancy in their eyes. Alright, I'll try. He opened the bedroom door to find Atsumu buried in a cocoon of blankets. The artificial light of his phone illuminated his face. He knocked on the wooden door frame gently, causing the setter's head to snap up. His eyes were red-rimmed and he sniffled a bit. When you recognized him, he scowled and turned away again. I'm not talking to you. Sakusa sighed. Sometimes he so wondered how he could fall for someone so childish on occasion, but the tugging at his heart told him that he did, without a doubt. Tsumu, I'm sorry. You misunderstood what I meant. No, I get it. You want to let me down gently. Guess you didn't want that college degree to go to waste. Your parents must be proud of you. Sakusa flinched. That hurt. He remained quiet for a moment, and from the little he could see of Atsumu's face, the setter knew he had gone too far, but wasn't ready to back down yet. He gritted his teeth, swallowing the hurt welling up inside him. I'm not quitting volleyball. Finally, the amber eyes met his again, glassy and unsure. I just wanted to know if you'd still want to be with me if I wasn't a player anymore. Silence settled over the room. Atsumu's eyes widened a fraction and he seemed puzzled as he observed him. You're such an idiot, Kiyomi. Yeah, an idiot with a college degree. Atsumu flinched and lowered his gaze. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Sakusa hummed in agreement. He was lost in his head, trying to put the events of the past hour in order in his mind, when suddenly 2 strong arms slung themselves around his middle, and he felt a dampness grow where Atsumu buried his face against his shoulder. Aaron was right. This must have hit closer to home than he ever meant it to. I'm really sorry. Please don't be mad. I'm not. He looked at him in disbelief. I'm not. I promise. I'm sorry too. Atsumu shook his head, hiding his face again. How could you even think I'd leave if you'd quit volleyball? Sakusa just raised an eyebrow, making the setter huff. I love you, so don't leave. Finally, Sakusa hugged him back and pulled the blanc closer. I won't, if you don't either. Atsumu nodded in agreement. They remained pulled together tightly for a while, Eventually, laying down on the bed and scrolling through TikToks Atsumu watched before to distract himself. Though Sakusa didn't miss how he closed a folder of photos and videos with him and Osamu. The spiker could breathe a little better knowing that Atsumu was close to him. When he was dragged into the challenge, he never expected this. The results of the others never suggested anything like it. He pressed a kiss to Atsumu's hair in hopes of communicating all his words failed him at. I bet Atsumu totally freaked out. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to be honest. Kita's the much bigger mystery. I rarely know him, but every time Tsumu talks about him, he sounds like he admires him a lot. Just putting it lightly. Sakusa sent an attachment. Oh. Tsumu. Oh, Tsumu. I'm never doing challenges like this again. Even if by some coincidence they'd get this video otherwise? Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it more than I can tell. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and maybe subscribe if you don't want to miss out on anything like this in the future. Ouch, that was my knee. And yeah, tell me in the comments which ship should be next from the poly ships I typically do on this channel. Also, this video was decided to be the next one in line by my channel members, so if you want to help decide that such things in the future, maybe check out if you want to become a channel member. I appreciate my nerdy knickers so much. They help me make this channel continue in the way that it is while being able to go to college, which, oh my god. Yeah, so huge thanks to all of you. It is currently getting extremely stressful with assignments, so again, I can't promise how frequently I will get out these videos. Any video that I will make, my channel members will get first. Here on my other social media, you can check them out as well. Sometimes I post updates about my life there as well. And check out the other content if you like. And now I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day. Bye everyone!
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.